Hey Cancer, Happy New Year, and I hope you guys are doing great. We are here to do your 2022 forecast using bones and charms to see what you might need to keep an eye on or keep an eye out for over the next coming year. So, Cancer, when I was sort of getting set up and getting into your energy, first and foremost, the one thing that I heard was, damn, I thought I turned you off. So, there might be a little bit of creep coming back in for you in 2022 for a situation that you may have thought that you put to rest previously. Might resurface, didn't feel anything major, but just wanted to put that out there. So, all right, for my Cancer Collective, let's see what we have for you in 2022. Nothing stuck in the bowl, so everything is out there. Let's see what's going on with my Cancer Collective in 2022. All right, so where to start? We will start with your little person down here, the worry doll. Let me move that up a little bit so you can see. There are quite a few things that are going on around you right now. There feels like there needs to be a little bit more resilience and strength, but balancing that with enjoying life. It almost feels as though you have been in sort of I just heard pillar to post for my Cancer Collective. So it almost feels as though you have been either at one extreme or the other, where you are just living life to the fullest and maybe not necessarily being so concerned with day-to-day practical type things, or you have just been so hyper-focused that you don't leave much room to enjoy life. So it feels like what's surrounding you right now is a bit of moderation that you need to sort of embrace in 2022, that you are going to have to figure out maybe coping mechanisms or ways to not be so hurt by other people's actions or things that may or may not have happened for you. So, this is very much an energy of resilience and living in the moment and making sure that you have time out to actually enjoy what life has to offer for you. So moving from your piece to the sort of starting piece, we have the Moldavite pendant that's bumped up next to the snowflake that represents sort of the winter time, the colder months. There's a sense of a bit of instability that may be happening for you in terms of your finances when it gets a little bit colder. So thinking about like November or December, January, and February going into 2023, there might be a little bit of instability that you're looking at when it comes to your day-to-day finances. We'll see if that links in anywhere else in your reading, but right now that seems to be a bit of a watch out for you. Now, looking at the hematite bracelet that we have over here, the items that are in and around the bracelet are really sort of signifying areas of importance that you should look for in your life. So what we have for you, which is a good thing that's surrounding this bracelet, we have prosperity. We have sort of long-term financial concerns. We have a lot of protection that's around you. We have a lot of protection and good fortune. We also have this coming up for you in sort of the springtime. So within the first 2 weeks or the first 2 months of the spring season, it looks like there's going to be an opportunity for you in terms of your long-term finances that are indicative of abundance. There's something that's quite lucky, quite fortunate that's coming your way. So this may be anything from you playing the lottery and winning something to you having an opportunity to start a business or get a promotion in terms of your career that's going to lend itself to financial gain that's a little bit longer term, not necessarily something that you'll see tomorrow, but something that will give you the ability to increase over time. And so this opportunity that's coming towards you might come in a period where you feel like you're stuck, where you're trapped, that there's not going to be any advancement, that there's not going to be this sort of level of abundance that you were looking for, but it's there. You're going to have to make the decision whether or not you take this opportunity, but it is here for you. There is something that's coming that's going to allow you to be a little bit more stable in your long-term finances. So now going to this Herkimer diamond ring, we're looking at the summertime. And it's quite interesting because there's something of significance, I think, that's happening in the summer that your ancestors are looking directly at and your spirit guides are looking away from. So there seems to be a little bit of a back and forth, a little bit of balance on whether or not you should embrace this energy that's coming towards you. There seems to be some sort of commitment that that is coming towards you in the summertime. And my inclination right now is to say that this is a relationship that you've had through past lives, because the ancestors are looking at it. That this is something that has happened lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. But your spirit guides are looking away from it, which to me sort of says that this may be a karmic relationship and your spirit guides are looking away. They're not smiling down on it. They're looking at it like, are you going to learn your lesson this time around or not? So when the summertime comes, make sure that you keep a close eye on the folks that you have around you. Anybody who is sort of trying to get you into a place of being in a relationship or some sort of commitment or some sort of engagement. Make sure that you look at it carefully and decide whether or not it's aligned with what it is that you're truly looking for, because it feels as though this is something that's been a repetitive cycle and your spirit guides want you to sort of let things go. They want you to let this go. So moving on to this next section that we have, we're going to take this right here that's in the middle. And there's a lot happening in this space. There feels like there is, when this comes to sort of work and cleaning up some things that might have had you feeling a little bit stagnant when it comes to that. It almost feels as though whatever was going on in your sort of work life has lost its momentum. It feels as though some of the steam has been lost. And it feels as though you're in a place where you are sort of releasing yourself. You're reassessing your skill set and figuring out what it is that you can do with your talents and gifts that will lend itself to more stability. It almost feels as though you've been in a position where you were fighting, right? Where you were fighting very petty behavior in the workplace. It does feel as though there is some good communication that's coming in for you, that there are people who want what's good for you. There are people who are giving you opportunities. I think that you're going to be able to see this clearly. And I'm not going to lie, this does feel like a bit of a rough patch, and it's going to have you questioning things a little bit, especially when it comes to your work. But I do think that you are going to persevere to it. And at a certain point, whatever chaos that you're experiencing in the workplace is going to come to a stop. And you are going to be presented with a new opportunity that is safe, that is sort of the end result of you pushing through whatever shenanigans you were experiencing, whatever restrictions that you may have been faced with at your place of work or in your career. So I think that you are going to have an opportunity to use your talents and skills in a different way than what you may have been accustomed to doing previously. But you will have clarity. You will be able to get through this. And there are people who are going to be there to help protect you from this bit of petty energy, from these shenanigans that you're going to encounter when it comes to your work life. Now, coming over here, this is actually pretty interesting energy. This sees you being super assertive in your life in general, is what I'm feeling. So we have the stingray barb that's pointing outward, right? We also have the bowler badger, the badger molar, that indicates like some level of aggression, some subconscious thoughts. And we also have the porcupine claw, that is something that's a very cautious energy, that's very careful. So I feel like there's going to be a point in time throughout the year where you find your voice. Like every time I see this badger molar, the first thing that I think of is honey badger don't give a fuck. And so I feel like you are going to be using your voice, but you're going to be doing it in a relatively respectful way. Like I don't see for you, Cancer, that you're going to be walking around popping off at people, but I do think that you are going to step into a level of assertiveness that you have not been in before. Because possibly the way that you were sort of engaging people, the way that you were responding to them was not in your best interest. So in 2022, I do see you moving forward in a way that's a lot stronger, that has a lot more confidence behind it. So this is you finding your voice in 2022. Now, the second to last little chunk that we're looking at is right here. And this looks like it has to do with your home life and also your friendships. So there's very much a sense of sometime in the fall season that things are actually going to be fairly quiet when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your home life, that there are no major shakeups, right? Things are going to be moving forward in a way that's calm, that's wonderful, that, you know, allows you to sort of maintain the same trajectory that you've been on previously. So I don't see any major changes in friendship or your home life, especially around the fall season. It seems like it's going to be a very quiet time for you. And the last piece that I want to point out right here is the buckeye nut. When we see it face down like this, there's an eye on the other side, and we have it face down for you, kind of set aside to itself. It doesn't feel like health is a very big concern for you in 2022. That's not saying that you need to stop taking care of yourself, that you should start eating, fried chicken every single day. This is not a permission slip to get real randy with your life, right? But what it looks like is that as of right now, things are in a good place for you. So whatever it is that you've been doing, eating healthy, trying to be more active, making sure that you stay up to date on all of your checkups and all of that good stuff, keep doing that, because it seems like it's going to keep you in a good place. So that's what I have for my Cancer Collective for 2022, the things that stand out. I hope that you enjoyed this. Let me know one way or the other. I hope that you did, though. But in the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.